Well guys, looks like the Evergo Roma is back up and running. After 1 year sitting on the shelf and being torn apart, the restoration was a complete success. To give you guys a bit of background information, this fan is from February of 1987. I got it back in June of 2019. In my old neighborhood, there was a house that was built back in the 80s that was being renovated. One day as my dad and I were driving by that house, I saw that the garage door was open and there were some ceiling fans on the floor. I asked my dad to stop the car so I could see the fans. So he stopped the car, I got out of the car and went over to the house. And I saw that there was an Evergo Roma, which is this fan right here, and two SMC Lagunas. All three fans were no doubt originals at the house. There were also some workers at the house while I was there, so I asked the workers if I could have the fans. And luckily they said I could have them. For some reason, I only saved the Evergo and not the SMCs. I guess I just didn't really care enough at the time. I really wish I saved them too. So anyways, after I got the Evergo, I put it up in my brother's room. Again, we were living in our old house during this time. The first video that I ever uploaded on this channel was actually a video of this fan while we were still living at our old house, which I uploaded on August 25th, 2019. Then 2 months later, we moved into this house. I took this fan down from the old house right before we moved. Fast forwarding to the spring of 2020, after my dad and I knocked out and replaced the back wall of this garage, I put this fan up on the other side of this room as a permanent install and used this side of the room as my test rig. Fast forwarding to January of 2023, my dad's 1980 Triumph Spitfire's engine seized up and was pretty much totaled. Since this fan was right above it, I had to remove it because my dad and I converted the Triumph Spitfire to an electric, which we are still in the process of doing that to this day. We are over halfway done though, so my next video will actually be a video of how the Triumph Spitfire looks so far, so stay tuned for that. In order to convert the gasoline engine to an electric, we had to completely remove the hood and hang it on the ceiling, which is where this fan hung. So we could remove the engine and transmission and put the transmission and new electric motor back into the car. After we did that, we put the hood back into the car. Since the hood was off the ceiling, I was finally ready to reinstall this fan. It did need some new bearings though, since they were all gummed up and rusty. So I took apart the original motor to this fan, put in some brand new bearings, and I also replaced the wires that were connected to the windings since those were all corroded. After I did all that, I put the motor back together and rewired everything. And for some reason, this fan did not work at all after that. I could not figure out why. At all. I tried rewiring it again just in case I messed something up. Nothing worked though. It just sat and hummed. That's when I figured out the windings were messed up, and since those are only a one-time use, I had to get a new motor for this fan. In September of 2023, I went to my local Habitat Restore and bought a motor from a Harbor Breeze Classic Style from 2019. Since these fans are 5-blade only and Evergo blade brackets are not a standard size, I had to do some drilling. So first I completely took apart the motor and unwired everything, then drilled some holes, then painted the motor black. Then I put the motor back together, then rewired everything. Then I tested it and thankfully everything was fully functioning. So about a month ago I installed this fan. I reinstalled it. Only on my test rig this time though, because I'm actually thinking of installing my Fasco parlor fan in this fan's previous location, and sometime soon I will start working on my Tad Floral Hugger that I've had for quite a while. Here's a closer look. The fan is in polished brass finish. This fan originally came with a really long wooden teardrop pull chain. I took that off and put it on my Supreme in my room. And I added this tassel pull chain from my SMC Emperor. Finish is a little dirty, but I've seen much worse, so I don't really care. Get a sticker right there. Yeah, the motor's a little bit scratched up, but you know, it is what it is. This is the new motor. Blades are reversible cane to plain oak. There's a top shot. And the date is somewhere in the switch housing. I don't know which side it's on though. Oh crap. There it is, I found it right there. You can kind of read it. February 1987. Evergo Enterprise, I believe that says Inc. at the very end. Can't tell exactly what that says. There's the switch housing. There's another sticker. All right, without further ado, I will go ahead and demonstrate it for you, starting off with low. Here's medium. And here's high. Compared to this fan's original motor, this fan is a lot quieter. With the original motor, with this fan, when it was on high, like it would make a bunch of scratching sounds. It was awful. This is much better, a lot quieter. Definitely an improvement. Blows pretty good air. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.